All right, welcome back here on your Thursday morning. If you are going to be outdoors today, you have got to try to beat the heat. We are going to top out in the upper 90s. It will feel more like 105 to 110 in many areas. Let's start off with a little bit of fog up north. I want to mention this, Albion to O'Neill. Visibility is extremely low, so we don't want to forget about you guys up in the northern part of the state. Allow some extra time as you're out and about. Once that moves out, though, the heat is really going to build in. We do have some scattered thunderstorms that are lingering on in east central Nebraska, really from Wilbur all the way up to Seward. Moving towards the Lincoln area, this won't amount to a lot, and it'll kick out pretty quickly later this morning. But the heat is certainly on. This incredible ridge of high pressure has pushed the jet stream way to the north. We've seen the heat just build in, the humidity as well. Now we have some relief on the way over the weekend into early next week. You'll notice that ridge gets pushed way out here to the west, and they're going to bake out here to the west. We will cool off. Here's the thing, though. By the end of next week, with this kind of pattern in place, don't be shocked if that ridge actually starts to build back into the Midwest and we heat right back up. Now, let's talk about the heat index, shall we? Because you hear that a lot. It feels hotter than it is. Here's why. All right, your body to cool down, you sweat. The sweat evaporates, you cool off. That's how it works, especially when the air is dry out. That's what they mean by a dry heat in the southwest part of the country. But when the humidity's high, you still sweat, but that sweat can't evaporate. So you don't cool off the way you normally would. That's why when we've got these higher dew points like we have in place, it feels so much worse than it is because your body just can't cool off like it would if it wasn't so humid. And that's why we have the excessive heat warning in place for central and eastern areas. Now, for those of you, cruise night, what would it be if it wasn't hot, right, in Kearney? But realize that tomorrow, some of the events today already, but tomorrow is where we peak with the heat. Now, Saturday, your concern will be some scattered storms. That could be in the areas that cold front moves through, but especially today and tomorrow, you really have to be smart with that heat if you're going to be outdoors anywhere, but, for instance, cruise night in Kearney. 77 York and Albion, 74 McCook. It's already warm, or still warm, I should say, and by later this afternoon, the heat will just really continue on. It's going to crank up even further in some areas. You just got to be smart. A lot of water. Just take some breaks and take it easy if you can. 97 the high today. It'll feel more like 105 to 110. 74 tonight, and tomorrow 98. Actually gets even hotter tomorrow, but we should at least have a little bit more of a breeze. Now today, upper 90s to lower 100s, and we've got 2 more days of this heat before we finally start to see some relief. Low 80s as we get into Sunday and Monday, but we start to kind of sneak back up towards the middle of next week. So don't forget about your pets outside. If you know people that don't have air conditioning, especially elderly residents, boy, just check in on them. It's pretty rough out there.